Hello friends, welcome back to Keys by Betty. Let's talk about the process from when you have a contract and you finally get that key to your dream home. So you've been pre-approved, your offer has been accepted by the seller. What next? You have a binding contract. The binding contract is basically a signed document between the seller and the buyer. It becomes binding once both parties have signed. And once both parties have signed, the buyer has 1 to 3 days to submit or to give their earnest money. Earnest money normally finalizes the contract, and it's normally between 1 to 3% of the purchase price. For example, if your purchase price is $200,000 and your earnest money is 1%, you're gonna submit $2,000 because 1% of $200,000 is $2,000. And also, your lender should send you a loan disclosure within 3 days. Loan disclosure is basically everything that you need to know about this loan before you commit to it. And I will discuss that in details in another video. And as a buyer, your next step would also be to schedule an inspection. Normally, you should have at least 7 to 10 days for your option period to make sure everything is good with the property you intend to buy. During this option period, you will schedule inspection, and based on the findings, you may even negotiate repairs, seller credits, and other things. Another thing which goes in the background is your lender orders for an appraisal. Appraisal basically covers both you as a buyer and also the lender. They want to make sure that the appraised price matches the purchase price. The lender is not going to give you a loan if you're buying a property which is worth $200 and you're paying $250. But here's a good thing. If the appraisal comes in lower than what initially they were asking or what initially you offered, you can renegotiate. You can renegotiate with the seller, or you bring in extra cash, or you can basically walk away without any penalties. And of course, all this depending on what's written in your contract. Other steps are loan underwriting. The lender will review all your documents again, making sure that you can still afford this loan, reviewing your income, credits, assets, and of course debts. This is the most intense period because they're gonna want you to bring in a lot of documents. They're gonna want to see your most recent pay stubs and probably run your credit again. This is a period that you don't want to mess with your credit. When you're trying to buy a home, it's not a time for you to go get another credit card. Your credit card can wait, okay? So the lender is basically trying to make sure that you still meet the requirements before issuing our final approval, which is also called clear to close. Once you get that clear close, you know that you are good to go.